Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it, and splinters, and boards torn up, and places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I's been a climbin' on, and reachin' landins, and turnin' corners, and sometimes goin' in the dark, where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back. Don't you sit down on the steps, 'cause you finds it's kinder hard. Don't you fall now. For I's still goin', honey. I's still climbin', and life for me ain't been no crystal stair.
बेटा, मेरी बात जरा दिल से सुन। जिंदगी मेरे लिए कभी शीशे की चमकती सीढ़ी ना थी। उसकी राहों में कीलें भी थीं, नोकीले कांटे और लकड़ी के टुकड़े भी। कहीं तख्ते टूटे हुए थे, कहीं फर्श पर कालीन ना था, सिर्फ खुरदरी और नंगी जमीन थी। मगर मैं हर हाल में कदम ब कदम ऊपर चढ़ती रही, मंजिलों तक पहुंचती रही, मोड़ों से गुजरती रही। कभी ऐसी तारीकी भी आई जहां रोशनी की कोई किरण ना थी, मगर मैंने चलना ना छोड़ा। इसलिए बेटा, तुम वापस मत पलटना, मुश्किल देखकर सीढ़ी पर मत बैठ जाना और हिम्मत हार कर गिरना पड़ना, क्योंकि मैं आज भी आगे बढ़ रही हूँ, आज भी बुलंदी की तरफ चढ़ रही हूँ। हालांकि जिंदगी मेरे लिए कभी शीशे की रोशन और आसान सीढ़ी ना थी।
What is the central idea of the poem Mother to Son?
The central idea of the poem is that life is difficult, but a person should never lose courage or stop struggling. The mother compares her life to a rough staircase filled with obstacles. Despite poverty, pain, and uncertainty, she continues moving upward. She advises her son to remain brave, patient, and determined. The poem teaches that success requires continuous effort and perseverance.
What is the main theme of the poem?
The main theme of the poem is perseverance in the face of hardship. The mother has experienced pain, poverty, darkness, and disappointment, but she has never given up. She advises her son not to turn back or sit down when life becomes difficult. The poem shows that courage does not mean living without problems. It means continuing to struggle despite them.
Explain the meaning of life for me ain't been no crystal stair.
The crystal stair represents an easy, comfortable, beautiful, and privileged life. The mother says that her life has not been smooth or luxurious. Instead, it has been full of hardship, suffering, and struggle. The expression contrasts an ideal life with her painful reality. It also introduces the main metaphor of the poem, in which life is compared to a staircase.
Explain the extended metaphor of the staircase.
The staircase is an extended metaphor for the journey of life. Climbing represents struggle, progress, and continuous effort. Tacks, splinters, and broken boards represent difficulties and suffering. Landings and corners represent different stages and changes in life, while darkness represents uncertainty and hopelessness. Through this metaphor, the poet shows that life requires courage, patience, and determination.
What do tacks, splinters, and boards torn up symbolize?
The tacks, splinters, and broken boards symbolize the painful difficulties of life. Tacks may represent sudden troubles, while splinters suggest repeated suffering. Boards torn up represent insecurity, poverty, and lack of support. These images show that the mother's journey has been dangerous and uncomfortable. However, she has not allowed these hardships to stop her from moving forward.
What does climbing symbolize in the poem?
Climbing symbolizes continuous struggle, progress, personal growth, and the effort required to succeed in life. The mother continues climbing despite pain, darkness, and exhaustion. Her movement upward shows that she refuses to surrender. It also suggests that success is gradual and requires patience. By continuing to climb, the mother becomes an example of courage and determination for her son.
What advice does the mother give to her son?
The mother advises her son not to turn back, sit down, fall, or lose courage when life becomes difficult. She wants him to continue struggling, just as she has done. Her advice is based on personal experience, so it is practical and convincing. She teaches him that problems are unavoidable, but giving up is a choice that he must refuse to make.
Describe the character of the mother.
The mother is courageous, hardworking, loving, experienced, and determined. She has suffered greatly, but she has not become hopeless or defeated. Instead of complaining, she uses her experience to guide and encourage her son. She is also caring because she wants him to remain strong. Her continued struggle shows that she is resilient, responsible, and mentally powerful.
What is the tone of the poem?
The tone of the poem is serious, encouraging, affectionate, and determined. The mother speaks honestly about the painful conditions of her life. However, she does not sound defeated or hopeless. Her tone becomes firm when she tells her son not to turn back or fall. Words such as son, boy, and honey also create a warm and loving tone.
Why does Langston Hughes use informal dialect in the poem?
Langston Hughes uses informal dialect to make the mother's voice realistic, natural, and emotionally powerful. Expressions such as ain't, eyes, and a climbin reflect her everyday speech and social background. These forms are not careless mistakes. They help create an authentic speaking voice. The dialect makes the poem sound like a direct and personal conversation between a mother and her son.
How does imagery contribute to the poem?
The poet uses vivid imagery to make the mother's difficult life visible and understandable. Images of tacks, splinters, broken boards, bare floors, dark places, and stairs help readers imagine her painful journey. Instead of simply saying that life was difficult, the poet presents a dangerous staircase. This imagery makes the poem memorable, realistic, and emotionally effective.
Explain the use of repetition in the poem.
Repetition emphasizes the mother's determination and strengthens the poem's central message. The phrase about the crystal stair appears at both the beginning and the end. Similarly, I still goin and I still climbin show that her struggle continues. Repetition also creates rhythm and reminds the son that courage and effort must continue throughout life.
What poetic devices are used in Mother to Son?
The poem uses extended metaphor, symbolism, imagery, repetition, contrast, and enjambment. The staircase is an extended metaphor for life. Tacks, splinters, darkness, and broken boards symbolize hardship. Repetition emphasizes perseverance, while contrast highlights the difference between comfort and struggle. Dialect creates realism, and enjambment gives the poem a flowing and conversational rhythm.
Is Mother to Son written in free verse? Explain.
Yes, the poem is written in free verse. It has no fixed rhyme scheme, regular meter, or traditional stanza pattern. Its rhythm is created through natural speech, short lines, repetition, pauses, and dialect. Free verse makes the poem sound like a real conversation. It also allows the mother's emotions, warnings, and advice to flow naturally and directly.
Write a critical appreciation of Mother to Son.
Mother to Son is a powerful poem about struggle, courage, and perseverance. Langston Hughes uses an extended staircase metaphor to represent life's difficult journey. Images of tacks, splinters, broken boards, and darkness make the hardships vivid. Informal dialect creates a realistic maternal voice. Through symbolism, repetition, contrast, and free verse, the poem delivers a universal message: never surrender when life becomes difficult.